Good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite. Let me know if the volume is working. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can use chat. I did not get a chance to do pre-market prep this morning, so we're going to hop over to NQ real fast, and we're going to try to break down some things on that real quick before the market opens. Do a quick run through. So as you can see, I don't have enough data loaded on my chart. I'm gonna run into some errors probably. Let me see what I can figure out here. I got too many indicators on my chart. Testing them. When I test these indicators, it bogs down NinjaTrader. Let's switch over to 15-minute. Sorry for the noise. Got some dogs in the background. Sorry about that. All right, so we had that huge gap. We have this huge gap here. So let's grab us a region box. So we got this gap here. Come down to the top of that there. And then we're going to switch that to a bearish IBZ. It's a huge gap, needs to be filled. This is on the 15-minute. I had to rebuild some of my charts, so a whole lot of my drawings are gone. Until I have time to go back, I think I have them somewhere, but I lost about everything on some of my charts. So, which that don't matter. We trade structure, you know, so I don't really need all them things on my chart, but it just is a quick guidance when I just look over. Made things easier. But anyhow, you know, we're under the golden pivot right here. So our golden pivot at 368, you know, we're down here under the S1. Our ribbon here, red. Yeah, it's hard to say what's going on here. You know, let's wait and see what happens when the market opens. Are they going to drag this down more today? Or are they going to try to push this up and fill? Are they going to push this up and try to fill this gap up here? You know, that's a very good possibility that they try to take that out. I might need to pull up a different chart and try to load more data on it so that I can get a better frame. But right now, for the long side, for the bulls, you know, maybe from anywhere where we're at, if we get a pullback at the open, maybe target the golden pivot. Excuse me, golden pivot. You know, right now we're gonna say, let's just say, for instance, let's grab a box here. We are gonna say that 100 to 110. That's what we're going to be looking at the open. Let's say they decide they want to pull this back. Be careful. They sweep this pivot and tag this box to protect this low. And to the upside, I'd be looking to short at that golden pivot for sure. First reaction anyway. You know, we'll see what happens when it gets there. They're already making a decent little drive here. Markets open, see what they do. We're going to go, this is NQ. I'm going to switch over to MNQ real quick, and then we can get a better picture here. Take these off the chart. You know, if they get up here to this golden pivot, I'll probably try to play first reaction short into this. Need to give it a little time here, see what they want to do. Come back and put our box back in from 100 to 110. There's this, of course, green box here on the chart that you can see. That is something new that I've been working on. Anybody that's ever been through my course hears me talk about how I have so many tools in my toolbox and it's just too much to cover at one time. Well, this box here indicates another tool in my toolbox. It is, I call it the wick rejection zone, and I built an indicator around that I'm going to be testing for a little while. And it kind of coincides with the precision entry zones and everything else. It maps them out on its own. And so if we get a return to this box and confluence lines up with other things, then that would be an entry, this green box here. And then it'll make bearish ones at the top when they're ready to get plotted, just in case there was any questions on what that is on my chart. Now I got it, the ATR is at like 45 on the 1 minute. Of course, I'm on the 15 minute. What am I doing? Let me get over to 2 minute. There we go. So now I'm on the 2 minute chart, and you know, it just don't look that great. Considering the ATR is that high, we really ain't moving much. And directional wise. So, you know, just sit out, let it do its thing, and we'll wait and see what happens. You know, I might be willing to play a return to this zone down here, or I may just sit that out as well and wait till we get down here to this precision entry zone. And if they try to drive us up, you know, we may take, like I said, first reaction short, maybe around the golden pivot. It just depends on how it gets there. If they, excuse me, if they get up there really slow and chop around, they might just pierce through it. You're going to have to be real careful, because if they find the buyers today, if they find the bulls could be like, you know what? They're going to try to fill that gap, which is not even on this chart. I forgot we put that on the NQ chart. So let's put it on the MNQ chart. Grab our region box. It's from right there. We're going to come down to the top of this wick right here. We need to switch this to our IBZ zone. Now see, they could literally try to fill that. So we need to be careful trying to play anything short at the golden pivot, because, well, we are talking about NQ and we know how it can be. So you just got to play it safe, see how they get there. They got this nice little drive here. ATR is at 44 on the 1 minute. The 2 minutes at 47, 48. You know, we're going to try, let's see here. What do we want to do? When we get these drives like this, That's why I also built the kill zone indicator and all that, because it can kind of help me judge, you know, how I feel about a trade in that area once it gets there. Now the kill zone is by the time it gets to the golden pivot, if it gets there, it will definitely be in the overbought territory, heavily overbought. So I would really be thinking pretty sharp about taking a short play there. But you'll want to keep your wrist tight, you know. If you decide you wanted to try to take a first reaction short to golden pivot, just make sure you keep your stop tight, you know. Here we're on NinjaTrader 8, so of course we have ATM strategies we can use. I got several built. Thing is in the way I look at risk is that why put in a stop that is, you know, a wide stop? Why put a wide stop in for the trade? Because if you are judging your entry the right way, then if you was right, it should never go that far against you. So I try to keep my stops tight, because I would rather lose 5 points and just stop out than to put a wide stop on and stop out. And my reason being is because if I got to give it that much room, then I did not find the right entry for myself. I spend a whole lot of time trying to pinpoint the cleanest entries that I can get so that I don't have to make my stops that wide. And like this green box down here at the bottom, the wick rejection zone, you know, best entries in these would be, say, midway, the green box, and then set your stop. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just place a trade here. Let's see, this box is from, say, 210 to 180. Let's go about 192. I'm going to put a buy in, and then right here under this green box, I'm going to put in a stop. Oh, I can't do that because I got an ATM. Let me take that off. That's why I don't use ATMs as often as I used to. And I just follow mine with my orders. So this is how it, you know, if it returns the green box, I want to get picked up about midway, looking for the bounce back out. And then I want to stop out just under that. That's at 178, 192, 170. But really, I'd like my stop to be tighter than that, because the way I see it is if it goes against you and you give it that much room, then the trade was probably wrong in the first place. There was a better entry somewhere along the way. I know I just keep rambling on, but let's see here. Might have to switch over and look at some gold here in a minute, or MGC. Let's see here. What are you guys looking at today? We trading NQ, MNQ, GC, MGC? What are you guys trading today? Let's see here. Well, looks like we're getting a return down. Let's hop over to MGC real quick and have a look. See what we got going on over here. Well, we have, you know, if we can get a return down in this zone, I will definitely be thinking about a trade there. And let's see here. Well, I don't want to put a trade on that chart if we're going to be looking at MNQ. We'll see if we can get a return down here to the zone. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I'd already did a little bit of trading myself this morning in MGC. Got some good base hits there. Looks like the ATR is still about 40 on the 1 minute, 45 on the 2, and NQ just ain't doing much. And when we can't get a decision, we just sit back, sit on our hands, watch the chart, look for other levels, figure out how many plays we might have on the table. I'm going to be switching some things up probably for the rest of this year as far as base hits and all that. I'm going to, as far as goals, daily goals and weekly and all that, as far as what I'm aiming for, I'm going to try to dial it down a little bit to, I'd like to create some challenges inside Discord and maybe be able to help guide people a little better, a little safer. We might get us a little push here to the golden pivot. I think we are, but I'm not going to take the trade. I'll wait. You know, we got break of structure coming in play here. It looks like there's some momentum here coming in. Like they might be trying to decide direction here. If we take out this wick, this long wick right here, if they take that out, it's going to snap to the golden pivot more than likely. So, you know, I'm going to put in an order, because if it's, like I said, if this breaks that wick, it's going to snap up here pretty fast. I'm going to put an order in up here. Oh my gosh, it won't let me do that. Oh, got an ATM set, that's why. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to set an order in place. And then I'll stop right there, because if it goes against me, if I don't get the reaction I'm looking for, I want to be out of the trade. But if we look to the left of this chart, what do we have up here? Wow. Let's zoom into that. So we're right here. Let me get my cursor so y'all see. We're right here in this zone, and that's right in line with that golden pivot. We got us this little green candle here, and then it consolidated down move, and then a nice down move here. So that this is a break of structure where the golden pivot is. So initially, the test of that, well, more than likely, the first reaction to that will be scalp short play, maybe even more. It depends on if it went up there. If we could just snap these wicks and push and wick up here and grab that, we could get I don't know, say a 50-point drop right here, back down, up fast, back down to where it's at because of this move over here. And then once they get all that, enough buying and selling going on between this range and that golden pivot, they could consolidate and push above it. If they push above that golden pivot, we're going to be eyeballing this zone up here, imbalance zone, and the top of that thing is around 680. So that's another number to keep in mind, 680. It's a possibility. It's only 400 points away. Although considering that the ATR is so high, we really ain't doing anything. They are stuck right here where we're at. And it's really kind of boring considering how high the ATR is. This ain't that volatile. Usually when the ATR is this high, I mean, it is all over the place. What's our opening range here? So, say 200 to 357. Is that right? Yeah, about 200. So 150 points of range. I mean, that's nothing. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Let's see here. It's this kind of chop right here, which it ain't, I mean, it ain't real choppy, although I'm watching it on the 2 minute, but is where a lot of people get chopped out at, messing around with this type of price action. And then it goes against them and they don't know why. So, you know, I don't want to take a trade unless it comes to me where my orders are at. I need the trade to come to me, and if it doesn't, then I look for a different trade. So looks like it would be one of these fast reactions to the golden pivot, and then just snap back down. We'll see. Got my stop in place just in case that's not how it reacts, but considering the ATR is as high as it is and we're struggling to get to the golden pivot, there's a good possibility they don't even try to fill that imbalance zone up top that I was talking about, 680. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. This is not moving as erratic as it normally would with the ATR this high. You know, we should all be like falling out of our chairs with whiplash the way NQ usually moves when the ATR is this high. But it's sort of creeping, if that makes sense. It's just not doing anything. I also did switch over to the 2-minute chart a week or two ago, working on something different with my own strategy as far as trading, because I've been trading off the 1 minute for forever, it feels like. So maybe, although I'm watching this on the 1 minute as well on Trading View, and it's still moving like a snail. I'm just not sure that the ATR is right on here. Sure don't seem like it. Yeah, it really don't. ATR is back at 33 on the 1 minute. I don't know. I don't know. It don't look like normal to me. What are we going to get here? Has anybody taken a trade today? Since the market is opened? Or is everybody just patiently waiting? Patience is the key to this game for survival. I said it the last time I was on. If you sit down at your desk and let's say it's 8:25, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk in Central Time because that's where I'm at. Say I sit down at 8:25, market's going to open in 5 minutes. Then if your heart starts fluttering or you get some kind of, or your heart starts beating faster, you know, it's almost a trigger that you're already emotionally involved with what you're about to do. So you should probably automatically switch to trading paper, sim account, anything other than your money or a prop account, eval, or anything else. You got to leave the emotions somewhere else when you sit down at that desk. And you're the only one that knows. If you start feeling a different way right before that bell rings for that market to open, you need to rethink what you're about to do. Because it means you're already emotional. And if you come into the day emotional, it's probably not going to end very well. And it does take a long time for most people to get past that. I know it did me. Emotions is one of the hardest things to control in trading. It's a psychological game for the most part. But together we can conquer it for sure. And you know what? If the trade don't come to us or come to me, then I guess I just won't take a trade today. I'm fine either way. So that's another thing you got to keep in mind. You don't have to trade. You don't always have to take a trade every single day. What you have to do, if you're going to stay in the game, is be prepared. Be prepared. Look for your A+ setups and be willing to walk away and not chase or say, oh, I got to take a trade today. I can't believe I didn't take a trade. I didn't make any money. I didn't put any money in this eval. I didn't put any money in this funded account. You can't think like that. There is literally like 23 hours a day we can trade in futures, 6 days a week. So, I mean, you gotta remember there's a lot of trading that can be done. And there's a lot of setups that happen across that time frame. And I think I've traded every time frame you can trade. Stay up late, go to bed early, get up early so that I can trade different sessions just to see how they play out. Check out the ATR. You know, I mean, it's just, I'm always nonstop in strategy mode. And I've always got something cooking, it seems like. Always working on something. Oh, well. How you doing, EK? Room Beats is here. Room Beats, are you in Discord? Don't recognize that name. I think that today, you know, we call them sleeper trades because you can almost fall asleep waiting on your trades to set up. That's what A+ setups are a lot of times. And boring is the profitable way. That you know, trading can be a lot of things, but usually, I mean, it can be exciting, but boring trading is, oh, look at that. Cat just called me Cindy. What's up, K-Cat? Profitable trading is boring trading. I mean, it really is. But if that's what it takes to survive, that's what it takes. Pez zones, but what do you mean, Room Beats, about reverse engineer the Pez zones? Okay, so look at this. We put in you see I got another wick rejection zone put in. I'm going to love this indicator. I might not even get to the golden pivot. This is a pretty tight range for NQ, considering how high the ATR is. If you guys think about it. Ah, I see. So the pet zone. I can't really get into a whole lot of that here on live because I don't really know where everybody's at. EK, I know you've been through the course. That might be something we need to address inside the channels, the correct channels in Discord. Room beats, I'm not sure if you've been through the course. So, I'm not really gonna touch base on any of that. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back for a second. I gotta take a minute. I gotta take care of my animals. They might get noisy here in a minute. I might have to try to figure that out. All right, EK, you say some of the ones fit like clockwork, others don't. I mean, well, that's they're not all going to be precise all the time. The idea behind precision entry zones, just because I mean, if you mean that they don't work, that don't mean that they're not a good trade or a good zone. I mean, not all of them are going to be A+ all the time. And then you have certain market conditions that'll work against you. So there's lots of variables to take into account. But if you ever, we can discuss it in Discord channels if you ever need help with it. Room beats, you ain't been. That's fine. Well, you'll get there. Even if you don't go through the course, if you watch enough of the content, I'm sure you'll get there. So the market's been open like a half hour. I'm sitting here with orders on the screen. ATR's high, considering, still over 26, and we ain't nowhere near either one of my entries zones. So it's not going to be like a no trade for me type of thing, which is fine, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me see here. You see we put in it plotted this box up here, this red box. I'm going to move these orders down here instead of the golden pivot. This box is 328 to 368. Wow. I'm going to put this order in somewhere towards the top of that box. And I'll move my stop just above that box. So now I'm playing my wick rejection zone boxes, one or the other. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Yeah, I'm used to this moving around more than this when the ATR is that high, though. Room beats. That's right. Pez don't work all the time, but that's how I feel about it. I like the risk to reward on it myself. It's all about how you manage risk, you know? That's the name of the game. We might actually get us a, I don't know what we might get with MNQ here. It's not giving me whiplash today, but it's making me want to take a nap, that's for sure. All right, I'm back, guys. I hope there ain't too much noise in the background. EK, you have 240, 235 marked up. So you have below that zone. Oh, EK, if you're talking about the green zone, it is on my chart. It's a new indicator I'm working on. But let me have a look here. You said the 240 to 235 area. $240 to $235. Okay, I can see that, EK. The zone below that though, that's an indicator. It works on its own. I don't mark that up. That is the wick rejection zone. That is a indicator that so far that I've been using it has been great. I like it a lot, so I'm going to keep testing it out. Which the wick rejection zone is just another thing that's been in my toolbox I've never talked about. Let me see here. We're going to switch over real quick to gold. I seen something on my chart. Let me see here. All right, we'll go back. Not what I was thinking. Yeah, I built the indicator. Yes, EK. You won't see hardly anything on my chart that I didn't build myself, other than maybe the pivots, you know, if I pull some fibs. Sometimes I might throw on some of my charts might have the 50 EMA and the 72 that I just add from NinjaTrader, but everything else I built. Some things are just too hard. A lot of times you bog down NinjaTrader with all the the indicators because it's trying to calculate too much at one time. And that's usually why I got to rebuild my personal NinjaTrader all the time, because I'm all the time coding and something freezes up on mine. I got to try to make sure I keep enough backups, because once it freezes up, I almost got to restart everything, rebuild, like my charts and everything. Room beats. Am I a programmer? No. I mean, I guess it depends on how you want to define that, but my title has never been that, ever. Nor have I ever worked in that field. But I can tell you, as far as programming, it is like night and day trying to build indicators between NinjaTrader and TradingView. It's crazy. Well, guys, look at this. The next time I go quiet, I might be asleep. Y'all might have to ding me in Discord or something if I fall asleep here. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't going to sleep. Oh, man. I appreciate that, Room Beats. I could probably go on and on about my life experience with trading and why I probably ended up where I am today, but that's for another day. I appreciate that, Room Beats. So let's see where we're at here. ATR 20, it's going down. I'm going to try to keep a close eye on gold, because I want to be prepared if gold has a sell-off today. I mean, just look at the run that they've had. While NQ been taking a beating, gold is just, man, setting new highs. I need to go back and put some imbalance zones in on gold and see what we might have over there. So who's on here that's already been trading? Is somebody done got chopped out because they are forcing trades today? Where's Kat at? She must have just hopped in because she seen we was on. Kat, she's a great trader. Room Beats, what's your you said you was in Discord, I believe. What's your Discord name? Is it Room Beats? Here, I can just check. Let me look. Room Beats. Yeah, you're right. Cat probably does have a bunch of counts in the green already. Oh, I see. Yeah, Room Beats. In Discord is Room Beats. All right. She said I'm green. How many is green, Cat? 1, 2, 15 accounts. I'm green as well. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 7 or 8 green, but not. I did some pre-market trading. Seven. You trying to one up me there, Cat? How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I got 7 as well. That's funny. Although I don't know if I'm gonna have any more trades today. From what I'm looking at, anyway. Well, there we go. We got the sell signal thrown in on the 2-minute. And I tell you what, I'm not going to trade that signal, but had that signal got thrown on the other time frames, either the 1 or the 5 at the same time, I'd have been all over that sell signal. I'm not a signal trader, but man, when things line up, like the other day, I took a trade on MGC and the 1-minute sell signal fired, and then on the next candle, the 2 and 5 fired at the same time or something like that. And everything else on the chart was bleeding off to the downside. I just had to jump in, and it was a very, very nice trade. Look at that. She said she got that one. I didn't even see a trade. No, I'm just kidding. Good job, Kat. Here we go. We're getting into the zone. What are they doing here? Kat, did you have a hold up, let me look at something real quick. That's 45. So say 50 to Kat, did you have a precision entry zone drawn on your chart from 250 to 260? If you did, great job if that's what you went off of. Because I hadn't been drawing anything on mine, but there was one there. Well, it was a good trade. Great trade. Kat, you at work today? Yeah, it was like 8 or 10 degrees here this morning. And we got that big old snowstorm coming. We'll see if that amounts to anything. It's supposed to hit us, I think, Friday or Saturday, this coming weekend. Have to make sure I can get out this week and get all my propane tanks filled. Maybe buy some diesel in case we lose power. Well, you see it come back to the wick rejection zone and miss me, but we're going to leave it there for a second and see what happens. Are they going to try to push this higher, or what are they going to do? Right. Almost an hour into the day, and we finally got a feel. Now I'm just going to let it play out. If it starts going my way far enough, then I'll move my stop into the green. Because I'd prefer to stop out in the green for $5 than to lose, but looks like they are going to try to drive it maybe. No? Come on. We need to get us a good hard drop right here. Come on. There you go. Well, as you can see, I stopped out. Took it too tight. Took it too tight. I didn't make much. I think I'm not even sure what I made. It don't really matter. Nice job, EK. I think I got 35 or 40 bucks with that. Picking up 3. If they keep it up here, you know, it didn't reject this area yet very hard. So if they keep it up here, we're probably going to tag at golden pivot. No, I didn't lose. Green is green, right? Might have to put me in something up here to try this golden pivot. I don't like the fact that it's moving so slow. Though, you know, I mean, it could pierce the zone and pierce that golden pivot. EK said he got 5 points with a trail. EK, do you trade on NinjaTrader, or do you trade on TradingView? Well, never mind. You must trade on NinjaTrader. I don't even think you can do that on TradingView. Yeah, that exactly. That's what I was trying to talk about. These when they start these slow grinds like this, you really got to be wary of your A+ setups. I mean, it's just spoken like you're speaking like a seasoned trader right there with that, because you know what to look for. You know, you might have an A+ setup and it could be A+ all day long, but the market don't really care about your A+ setups or the way you think. So you have to be aware of the situations. Them slow grinds, I don't know how many times I've tried to trade a A+ setup on a slow grind just to get my level pierced through, stopped out, blow to count. I mean, all the above. Been there, done that. Old Trade-Evate. Trades from Trade-Evate. I've never tried. I tried to trade from Trade-Evate one time, I think, when I first got into props and futures and all that, and I said, no, that's a no-go for me. No, look, Kim said she saw that hesitation. That's why she took that trade. That's another thing to be aware of when you're watching them charts. Yeah, you got to be able to eyeball them things. There's certain things you get enough screen time. There's certain things that stick out to you. Good job, Kat. I'm not really sure, EK. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago, so I just remember I got on there and at the current time, I don't even remember what I was using when I got on Trade-Evate, but I was like, no, that ain't gonna work for me. I love the way NinjaTrader set up and all the things I can do on it. It can be a hassle sometimes if if you trade from a desktop that has OneDrive built in it, then you definitely, if you decide to trade from NinjaTrader and have OneDrive on a computer, you need to take certain steps to make sure OneDrive does not interact with NinjaTrader, because that is a huge issue with those two working together. That will cause more problems for you running NinjaTrader than anything else on a computer. Fortunately, I've had to walk through all those myself because I have OneDrive and my wife has OneDrive on hers, and I had to fix hers. NinjaTrader does not like OneDrive at all. All right, are we going to get this push to the golden pivot? ATR is 1 minute 16, 17, 2 minutes 25. Starting to go up. You know, I don't know. I think I might have to try to short first reaction here, but it's not getting there very fast. What?
Order submitted.
Oh my goodness. Got to remember that golden pivot is over here in line with this drop right here. See, that golden pivot is right here on this red candle. So you would think that we'd get the first reaction drop there, but who knows? We might not even get a chance to find out. Missed your limit for what, EK? A sale? Was you going short, I guess? Excuse me. Yeah, this don't look good. Getting up there all slow like that. I'm not, oh man. Wow. Good job, EK. Hopefully we get the turnaround. I'm taking my order off there in case we pierce through that. Good job though. That's the way to front load. Not necessarily recommended for everyone. Depends on how seasoned of a trader you are. Front loading is the riskier way to trade, but if you have a plan, that's all that matters. If you have a plan, people try to argue with you about that, but there's nothing wrong with front loading if you got a plan put together. Yeah, it does look like it's hesitating. I agree. I don't trust it. It didn't pick me up, so I'm gonna let it be what it is. I'm gonna hop over to, I need to take these orders off this screen.
Order canceled.
I'm gonna hop over to gold real quick. Take a look at that. Oh man, look at this. Come back down to this. Look at this. Come down and touch that wick rejection zone. One time, two times. That's 727 and went all the way back up to the pivot. So that's a big move on that. Missed it too. 10 point, 11, 12 points right there. Yeah, that was a good trade. And then come back down to it. Nice. I like the way you're tackling it, EK. It's great. I really want to trade this gold here. Let me see. What are we gonna do here? Well, I mean, I guess I can stay on MNQ. Is that what everybody's wanting to, is that what everybody's trading or paying attention to? I can get back on that. MNQ. Well, I'm trying to make, this is more of a, I guess, this ain't a signal thing. This is more of an educational thing. By now, I'd probably be like Cat. I'd have done rotated through so many accounts more than likely, trading different setups, but it's hard for me to do right now live. I'm going to trade some, but I got to have like 100% of my focus on my trading if I'm going to try to rotate through accounts and be fast, but that's fine. I don't have to do that. So we're going to take it nice and easy. I try to watch gold on TradingView while we're showing MNQ and see. I'll just flip back and forth if I see something coming up. I mean, NQ is really boring me. We're getting this consolidation up here under this golden pivot, and we are heavily overbought in the kill zone indicator on all time frames, low time frames anyway. So, you know, are we going to roll over, or are they going to find some buyers to push? Well, most of my scalping EK would be on the 1 minute time frame, and I still use precision entry zones, but I draw them. Well, I don't really draw them when I'm rotating, but I know where they're at. That's why I don't never have a cursor on my chart. I always use this local tool where I can see the time and price when I'm moving my cursor around, because you know I can come down here and check these wicks, and then that'll tell me where I want to throw in my precision entry zones on the 1 minute. And I just basically I throw them in nonstop pretty fast, and or the numbers anyway, into my mind, and then I wait for those pullbacks. And of course, I don't have it on this chart. Let me see how many days I have to load on here. I'm running these indicators, and it tries to bog everything down. Let me see if I can put my support and resistance lines on here and it not freeze everything up. So this is on the 2 minute though, so it's going to look a little different. But on the 1 minute, you know, it'd probably have these lines drawn up here, and I play, you know, if scalping to me is a lot easier when the ATR is high and we're whipping around pretty good. And most people get whiplash and get whipped out and get caught the wrong way all the time. I'm playing these support and resistance lines, especially if they line in with my precision entry zones. And when it's moving fast, you just throw them. With you especially, you're using that trail, whereas I usually manually move all my stuff instead of trail. You know, you could throw them orders there and non-stop when it's moving fast. Just throw order in, tags, trails out, and before you know it, you hit your target on that account and you rotate that next and just throw them orders in. You know, front load like you did earlier on that pivot, you know, and it moves so sporadic most of the time. When ATR is high, you can throw them in, you know, size down a little bit, maybe, depending on what you're comfortable with. And I mean, you can just slam out some accounts pretty fast. And a lot of times I would do that on NQ, not trading MNQ. I'd be trading anywhere from 1 to 3, 4 NQ doing that. So anytime they would whip like that, I mean, 5, 10 points, you know, 2 or 3 contracts, you could easily rotate the next account off one trade. Looks like we got this, they act like they want to reject up here now all of a sudden off the golden pivot. Swept that area. You know, if I get the, it's looking pretty rough. If I can get the sell signal on the 2 minute, I might take a trade short here. You'll get more comfortable with it the more you do it. The more you watch a particular instrument. Kind of want to take this short here, but don't know if it's going to set up. Looks like it wants to. Should be able to grab 30 points or better out of this if it sets up. Yeah, it was great. I seen that post you had made about that big account like that. That was awesome. Patience is key, you know. Most of the time we have to get out of our own way, if you know what I mean. Oh, gold acts like it wants to go up. NQ acts like it wants to go down. Yeah, I should have been in that myself. Mm. Just can't get it. Push that thing down.
Stock bill.
Yeah, I don't like that. I didn't like that. Wasn't working for me. Probably should have waited. We can take out this low right here where we're at. It might be a bigger short, otherwise it might bounce pretty good. That's a good job. I was just watching it. I thought about taking the bounce there, but I passed. Well, come on, drain this thing off. Hmm. Well, that didn't play out too well. Not quite ready, but it looks like they want to drain this off. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I'd long it there, but that whole number, you might get a bounce out of that, or bounce. I think if we break this low on that last candle and get the sellers in position, that they're going to push this all the way down, possibly that green box, or at least to the support line right here in this area. Maybe say, I'd say 260, 265 if they can push it that way, but we'll see. Try to play this back into the red box up top, maybe. I sold off 4 of my contracts manually. Break a structure play. Basically what that is. Plus momentum. Well, got that nice little push there, but I guess normally I would have flip-flopped that. I'd have sold whenever I would have went short whenever I covered right there. Is how a lot of times I trade when I'm EK. Was asking earlier about scalping. I'll flip positions like that if I think that my take profit will be set where I think we might have a flip, and then I'll go from being long to short in the same account, or sometimes I'll get out real fast and switch over and go short, and would have caught that little dip here that we're seeing. And usually on NQ I would have been able to rotate to my next account because that dip right there would have hit my TP for the day, so or my profit goal. It's these wick rejection zones. What I'm seeing so far when I've been using them, ideally you would want to, however big the box is, you would want to put entry about midway, which is exactly where we got to on this turnaround, and then trail out. And once the box is put in like it was back here, we had to dip, return orders about midway of the box, put your stop just to the top side of the box if you want to go short. And I've seen this on both NQ or MNQ, NQ, and gold and the micros as well, playing out like that. I'm just taking data on it, and I've taken some trades on it, but I'm trying to gather data on it because so far there's been several clean trades that I've watched play out using those zones. So I'm gonna hop over to gold real quick because I think I want to trade this. Wow, what in the world just happened there? That was crazy. Whole screen went flying. Oh, what's MNQ gonna try to do? They're gonna try to plow forward. EK, yeah, EK. If I don't get the response that I'm looking for pretty fast, but if I'm barely in the green, I'll move mine to break even. I don't usually give a whole lot of leeway, especially if I'm using ATM like I've been using ATM today. I'll try to let it do its job, but if I'm manually doing it, I usually end up following pretty tight, pretty fast most of the time. Sometimes I'll let it go a little longer, but typically I'll just move it. I'd rather break even or make just a little bit than to be sitting around forever with my stop hanging too far away. I was hoping we was going to get some up move right here coming out of that box, but don't look like I am. Maybe we'll see. Morning swing 121. See, I'm gonna move this because I don't. I got that too tight.
Order filled.
Oh man, I messed that up. Oops. Oh well.
Order filled. Order canceled. Order. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order. Order filled. Order canceled. Order canceled. Order canceled. Order. Order filled. Order canceled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Excuse me.
Order filled. Order canceled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order. Order filled. Order. Order filled. Order. Order filled.
Wait. See if we get a bounce down here off this level.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Connection lost.
Well, what is my system doing? Losing connections. having some some malfunctions going on with Ninja Trader. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Well, we've been on for about 2 hours. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Something's going on with Ninja Trader and acting all crazy, thrown out, disconnected, and trying to reconnect. I'm gonna have to see what's going on with it. But thank you for the support, guys, and everybody that showed up today. Have a safe trading day. Stay sharp. I'll see you guys in Discord.